Once again, y'all saw the last video what we did, what we uploaded a national broadcast of where the Caddo Parish Sheriff got basically put his foot in his mouth, saying that he need to keep the good people in jail so that he can continue to profit off of it. But let's talk about this local bond proposal here in Shreveport. Now, I'm all for anything that's going to make the infrastructure better, that's going to make the city work a whole lot better. But from what I'm understanding, and I got to talk a little bit more to people like Demetrius Norman and all that, the citizens that they tapped to help them craft this bond proposal, when it came down to it, they didn't give a fuck about what the citizens said. They went and did what they wanted to do. Now, what we as the citizens of Shreveport have to ask, and this is again separate from Caddo Parish, Steve Prater telling all the niggas that as long as you're a good nigga, we gonna keep you in jail because we need you to wash our cars. But the city of Shreveport, I put it like this. When you get up in the morning, I know a lot of y'all gonna look at this page and y'all gonna see what I'm saying, but as you getting ready to go on your way to work, you can stop by your favorite gas station or restaurant, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see a lot of vehicles from out of town that's doing major construction projects here in Shreveport. So first and foremost, in that new bond proposal, we as black people, and again, I don't like to put things off on race, but I would be a fool not to talk about the 60%, not to talk for and about the 60% of us who are poor here in Shreveport, which are black people. You see what I'm saying? So when you look at all these vehicles that's doing all these construction projects, they from other places. So what's to say that once we propose, they put this so many $100 million bond proposal up, and it gets voted for because you have 2 or 3 Negroes sitting around here toeing the line for people like we just gonna call the name. Just say that boy that owned Willis Knight, Elrod, and all these people that making all these tens of millions of dollars off a lot of these construction projects, who have the power to dictate what gets built and what does not get built. You see what I'm saying? So now they got all this power. You know what I'm saying? What's to say we as black people gonna get anything off of that? Because we still around here struggling talking about fair share. We have not gotten a fair share in all this. And now white people are not getting a fair share here in Shreveport locally, because you got all these companies from outside of Shreveport doing a lot of these major projects. So at what point do we ask, when do people in Shreveport, in particular in my case, I'm asking, when do black people get some of these benefits for some of these hundreds of millions of dollars that y'all finna spend? Now, we noted that the Shreveport police are saying, man, it's hot in our building. Our air conditioner barely works. We need so much money to buy a new building. But I'm like, fuck that. Because you got people out here working every day, cutting grass. You know what I'm saying? In this hot ass sun. You got people working in factories and machine shops and all these places that don't even have an air conditioner. But now y'all want us to pay more money so that y'all can continue to live brutalized, motherfuckers. Didn't y'all just, wait a minute, wasn't it the 6th of this month that y'all just had another excessive force and false arrest report against y'all, and y'all want the citizens of Shreveport? We still haven't got the situation with Anthony Childs solved. That killing with the boy up there on Greenwood Road. The Shreveport Police Department had killed 5-6 people, but they still need another air-conditioned building. When half the people in Shreveport are working outside in this hot-ass heat for minimum wage or maybe $1 or $2 more. So when y'all make these bond proposals and tell us that you don't have $1 million that it takes to renovate Fairgrounds Field, which is an icon in Shreveport, you rather tear it down, but some of you same motherfuckers, some of you same people was trying to get $100 million to build an arena downtown Shreveport that would have been in the same situation that Fairgrounds Field is. When in reality, there's numerous of groups right now that have beautiful and brilliant ideas to revitalize Fairground Field. Spend $100 million, get rid of the motherfucking bat. Didn't Donald Trump, all y'all Trump followers, didn't Donald Trump just say really fuck endangered species? We don't care when it comes to the human cost. And at what point do we put a bunch of bats at that at Fairground Field ahead of economic development here in Shreveport? Because I got ideas too. Think about it, like a lot of people, man, you could create baseball games, soccer games. You can create all kinds of little league sports that will generate revenue because the parents of the children will come to see their kids play. But you want to tear down Fairground Field, talking about $1 million is too much to renovate it when you motherfuckers trying to spend $100 million on a bullshit arena downtown Shreveport to get a professional team here. This was last year. They spent all that money. They talking about trying to spend all that money to get a professional basketball team here, and niggas can't even support a semi-pro football or baseball team. Come on, man. Who's gonna make the money off these projects? The people who own the politicians. So I'm gonna be real. I support a lot of politicians here in Shreveport. I ain't gonna say a lot, maybe one or two, really just one politician here in Shreveport, and you know who you are, Mr. B. I support 100%, but even in that, man, I have to step and say, no, I don't believe this, Mr. B. I don't believe this is how it's gonna go. Because no matter who you are, once we put you in office, it's our job to hold you accountable. There's no way in the hell I would agree to $100-some million bond proposal, $200 million some bond proposal, knowing that my streets ain't gonna even get fixed. Come on, man. The Cooper Road was annexed in 1978 into the city of Shreveport, and guess what? You still on the Cooper Road living under subpar parish standards. You living under subpar national, state, local, and parish standards. But yet still, they got the nerve to come up and tell you if you got one too many cars parked in your yard, they finna fine you when them motherfuckers can't even give you decent drainage up there. And even if they do give you decent drainage, it's a company from Mississippi coming up to your neighborhood working on this project when nobody in your neighborhood that lives in your city, that your city is spending the money that they take off of taxes that they get from you, and you can't even work. So I'm going to do a little bit more research on it. The mayor has put out so-called facts and all this, but the facts of it is, if black people, which is 65% of the population here, and also at the same time makes up the greater majority, 50% of the people living in poverty here, if we're not benefiting off those contracts, why the fuck should we even vote for it? I mean, I'm just being real. Why would we even, as black people, this be one time I tell you not to even vote for it. But guess what's going to happen? The white folk going to vote it down, and then nothing is going to get done. So we living in a conundrum where we as black people have to wake up here in Shreveport and realize that we are the majority of the population. What we desire and what we want should be. Because don't they say the majority rules? You know what I'm saying? So if we're the majority, why are we not getting down there in mass numbers demanding? Now, I admit that I've been working sporadically, but lately I haven't been able to attend some of the city council meetings, but you still have a lot of grassroots community activists down there trying to hold them accountable. But we're going to start trying to make sure that no matter what, every other Tuesday, I'm going to be down there. And I'm going to ask the real question. Y'all trying to spend all this money on a bond proposal, talking about $1 million is too much to renovate Fairground Field, but y'all motherfuckers steadily trying to put $100 million arena downtown Shreveport. And guess what? Black folk, that shit ain't meant for us. Everything that they talking about putting downtown, it ain't for us. How many of you all can afford that $700, $800, $900 a month rent just for maybe a studio apartment downtown, so you can go to a basketball game of a third degree professional team that's supposed to be hooked up to the New Orleans Pelicans, and then at the end of the day, the poor people in Shreveport got to fight raggedy roads to try to get to minimum wage jobs. They got to try to figure out how they're going to come up with money to catch the bus. You know what I'm saying? Buy a bus pass to catch the bus, because the infrastructure and the economy is so bad here that you can't even catch the bus to a job, because there really no real good jobs here outside of serving a nigga a hamburger. You know what I'm saying? Service industry jobs, unless you got specific skills to get over there at Barksdale or somewhere in an IT or something like that type of situation. Ain't no jobs here in Shreveport, man. So you Donald Trump fans, y'all need to get off that bullshit. If he said all this time that the numbers for unemployment was fake under Obama, what the fuck makes you think they real now under him? No, you got service industry jobs, Negroes working 2 McDonald's jobs. You know what I'm saying? Trying to make ends meet here in Shreveport, when all you see around here doing the major contracts are friends of your politicians who live way the fuck in Alabama, getting all these contracts, taking all the money outside. Man, there's a lot more we can talk about that. Y'all give me a second. I got to post another video soon as this one uploads.